North Bristol Creative Writing Group was started by Gemma Milburn and Pete Sutton looking to form a Bristol writing group in the north of the city. From the start, the group's aims are to provide a fun and safe environment for writers of all levels of skill and experience. North by Southwest is our first anthology, an eclectic collection of stories showcasing a year or so of collaboration and creativity. There's a strong genre element to the group, and many of the stories in the first anthology are speculative. Take a look at the text on our fun server page for an idea of what to expect. We've got an offer to help to publish this by Tangent, a local Bristol publisher, but now need to raise a bit of capital to pay for typesetting, ebook design, printing, etc. That's where you come in. We're looking for backers who will help us bring the book to life. We need £2,000 to do so. There's a bunch of great rewards, not least signed copies of the book, the artwork, and the potential for you to meet the authors and get a personalised story. We'd love for you to help us out.
Now, I often get asked what it's like to be a taxi driver. It's not because people are genuinely interested. It's only because they are obsessed with what everyone else is doing. Someone might do better, be more beautiful, or happier. Because I'm polite, I just give them a short reply. Something like, it's different every day. Nothing more is expected or wanted, but since you're actually interested in the answer, I will tell you.
There was a stabbing on Christmas steps. We were both there. It was foggy and dark, but with the orange penumbral glow you get from the streetlights. I walked past St. Bartholomew's, thinking about electric monks as I usually do when passing that cloaked horseman statue. The artist, David Backhouse, said that the statue is of no particular person, but represents a reminder of people from the past, which seemed appropriate. However, he also said that his art is about the way the nature and humans depend on one another, and the search for balance and harmony, which sounded like arty wank to me.
Rosa stood up and stretched, feeling slightly guilty. Emile couldn't ease his cramps, and walked to the north-facing windows, away from the sun towards the pole. She pressed her forehead against the glass stick and tried to will herself into the form of a unicorn once more. Soon they would cross the time zone boundary. If the device was reading railway time, Moscow time, there would be no change, and a few minutes after that it would blow. If it was reading local time, then it would be as Emile had said, like going back in time. It wouldn't be the first occasion on which Rosa had changed time zones, but she'd never really felt what it meant before. Never been able, or perhaps never tried, to visualize the world spinning in space, herself drawing a tiny line upon it, direction of travel, meridians, latitudes. Time became concrete and substantial, the fourth dimension. She marvelled at the simple perfection of the universe. It pained her that, drawn upon the pristine mathematical reality of time, were these constructed, clumsy, human compromises. The train hurtled along its gleaming crystalline tube. Even the things we do best are ridiculous, Rosa murmured.
It was the day the test elephant exploded. I was already hiding behind the big stable door with Hoskins when the screaming from its turbine changed from a noise I could hear to a pressure somewhere behind my eyes. I'd never heard one do that before, and I crouched low with my hands over my ears, willing someone or something to arrive and put the poor beast out of its misery. There was a dull slapping noise, and everything around me jumped. The top half of the door bounced away down the yard, splitting big splinters as it tumbled end over end. I was enveloped in a cloud of steam and dust, and hauled a handkerchief from my sleeve for something to cough into. When I could breathe properly again, I scrubbed my eyes and looked about to discover Hoskins looming over me and miming something. All I could hear was the final whine of the turbine, so I pointed at one ear and shrugged.
Like giants. We were like giants. It was when we walked like giants across the earth, across the water, from land to sea, to land to sea, to rest at last, to rest on earth once more. Like giants. Were we? No. On giants. I remember now. I remember then. We were not giants, we were on giants. We rode them from the mountains, rode them into the sea, from the mountains in the north to the oceans in the south. We rode them across the sea by way of the glistering moon upon its wavering beams, through night to dawn to night once more, each moment, each day, ceding to the next. Night, day, storm clouds, clear skies, storms once more, one pattern of sky leapfrogging the next to make the journey, leapfrogging one another, like giants. We rode them, yes, But did they walk? Did the giants stride across landscape, across sea? Did they stride with purpose, stride to save us, carrying us away, carrying us to salvation? No, they too were swept, as we were, swept away, uprooted from earth, helpless, saving handfuls of us through fortune, fortune without resolve, without design, without heart. We paid the price, the toll, to journey until dawn, through daybreak and beyond, away from the fall of night, away from the fall of water that broke upon our village, that took it all away, a cascade from the mountains in the north, washing all we had known into darkness, like spillage into night, the fall of a cauldron.